A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. And yes, we are with our preparation for paper 1 for our NTA UGC NET examination 2023, that is June 2023 cycle, wherein we have started with a new unit today, that is people, development and environment, and under that unit we are going to see the first topic today, that is protocols and conventions. So yes, this is very important topic. A lot of questions are expected from this topic. So now let's see how this topic is really helpful for you. We are going to do a lot of important points, so in case if you can take notes of this, and you can prepare yourself very well with the help of these notes. So let's start the session for the day. So before we go ahead, let's quickly understand what this Global Online has to offer you all for your June 2023 examination. So we have brought up a revision crash course for June 2023, which will be consisting of daily live lectures on updated topics, not only in Hindi but also in English. Hindi lectures are at 5 p.m. every evening and English lectures are at 10 a.m. Apart from that, we also have full syllabus notes. We have that is in the form of PDF, 60 plus mock tests. Then we have 2000 MCQs plus MCQs, which will help you to get yourself prepared for your examination. Practice questions you can tell. So all this is costing you rupees 4,000, but right now we have kept a 40% off, so the fees cost is 2,400. You can go on the you can download the Global Online app with the help of Google Play Store, see all the content, the demo sessions also, and start preparing yourself for the classes, for the sessions as well as for your examination. We have given our contact details. You can get in touch with us on the contact details. So now yes, let's understand what are the so let's understand with the help of first of all the protocol. Which protocol we are going to do? As I said, we are going to take some protocols and conventions. It will be having one more lecture. In one lecture everything will not be covered. So the first protocol we are going to talk about, keto protocol. Now I'll tell you simultaneously, I'll even tell you the questions also which are expected in the examination. So let's see. We are talking about what? We are talking about the keto protocol, which has 2 commitment periods. So yes, in examination, this one of the question was about the commitment period. Okay, so you had a question on commitment period, so you should know commitment periods also very well, because this was one of the previous year question paper. That is, which period started commitment period for first commitment period and the second commitment period. There was a question. So when we talk about keto protocol, it has 2 commitment periods. So the first commitment was from 2008 to 2012. The second commitment period is from 2013 to 20. Very important part. You should be able to keep this in mind very well. Okay, Bharti, very good morning. I hope everything is clear, my voice and the slides also. We have already started the session. So commitment periods, yes, you need to keep this commitment periods in mind. Now the target for the first commitment protocol covers emissions of 6 greenhouse gases. Now even this was a question. In this they have given the which is odd man out, that is which commitment period, in the first commitment period, which was not the part of 6 main greenhouse gases. So that also you will get a topic. So you should know this part also very well, that the main greenhouse gases which were the target for the first commitment period were carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, hydrofluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons, sulfur hexafluoride. These were the 6 main greenhouse gases. So you can get a question, you have to identify the gases, or you have to talk about odd man out. Depending upon the question, these gases are very important. So under keto protocol, 2 commitment periods and the gases, which is very first important thing which you should know. There are more than 35 countries has been binding the target for the first commitment period. So the number of countries which are binding the target is more than 35. So remember please, these things are very important. Your name of 6 main greenhouse gases should be very perfect. The commitment period for Kyoto protocol should be perfect. This you should remember very well. Next, going to Nagoya Protocol. So Nagoya Protocol is a second protocol, the Convention of Biological Diversity. So it comes under what? It comes under second protocol to what? To the Convention on Biological Diversity, which was adopted on 29th of October 2010 in Nagoya, that is Japan, and entered into force on 12th October 2014. Now yes, sometimes in examination you also get questions based on what? You get questions based on the adoption and the enforcement year. So now see, if you see protocol, Nagoya Protocol, it was adopted on 29th October and it came into force on 12th of October. Okay. Now, what is the aim? This is also very important point. What does it provide? Its aim is the implementation of one of these three objectives of the Convention on Biological Diversity, that is assess genetic resources and the fair, see, one is the genetic resources, fair and equitable sharing of benefits which arises from the contribution utilization, thereby contributing to what? The sustainable biodiversity. So it was one of the objective of what? It is one of the objective of three objectives of the convention, that is the access of your resources, genetic resources, the fair treatment, the equitable treatment. This all comes under what? These all comes under the implementation of objectives. Okay. Now, it provides a transparent legal framework for the effective implementation of this one of the three objectives. So now legal framework in order to ensure that the work is done very well and ensure that there is effective implementation, this protocol was been formed. Okay. So please remember important points, so that it will not become a burden for you. You have to remember the important points which are very important in order to keep the questions, tap on the questions. So I'm just focusing on those things very well so that it will be easier for you to recall the points when you're doing your preparation. Now, going with the Montreal Protocol, we are still left with, see, we did Quito Protocol, we did Nagoya Protocol. One protocol is left which I'll be taking. As I said, everything I can't do bombarding at a moment. It will really help you if I go a little bit slow. So let's now go with Rio Declaration. So this environment and development around the world, which started in the year 1992, where United Nations Conference on Environment and Development is formally known as Earth Summit. This is also a very important topic. Okay, the question was there that what is United Nations Conference on Environment and Development formally known as? It is known as Earth Summit. There are 27 principles. Major topic are on human roles in protection of environment. So what role does human plays in protection of environment? Now, under this we have Rio 10, Rio 20 Summit. So let's see one by one what points we need to remember in this. So when we talk about World Summit on Sustainable Development, that was formed in the year 2002. Okay, also called as Earth Summit 2002. So it was conducted in South Africa from 26th of August to 4th of September 2002. Okay, the period of commencement over here. Johannesburg Declaration was the main outcome of Rio Summit. Now please remember, Rio 10 Summit, what was the main outcome is the Johannesburg Declaration. Okay, Rio 10 are formed by the UN commitment to Agenda 21 along with Millennium Development Goals. So this is basically, it is formed with what? It is formed with a United Nations commitment to Agenda 21. Now Rio 10, no? So it's a 10-year follow-up program. Okay, and it is the 10th anniversary of basically 1992 Earth Summit or United Nations Conference on Environment and Development was held at Brazil. So yes, this also can be a part of question. So you should remember that it was held under what? It was held at Brazil. Okay, with the 10th anniversary of 1990 Earth Summit, 1992. So the 10th anniversary which was taken place in 2002. Okay, now going to Rio 20. So Rio 20 Summit, that is 2012. Now this basically is also known as Rio Earth Summit 2012, was a third international conference on sustainable development, and it aimed at reconciling the environment. That is, I'm talking about what it aimed at, basically economic and global environmental goals of global committee. So this was the main intention. It reaffirmed the commitment Agenda 21, that is a 20 years follow-up for 1992 Earth Summit, and this was held in Johannesburg. So the earlier was held in Brazil, okay, the anniversary. Now the next anniversary which was held in Johannesburg. Okay. Now Agenda 21. So it is a non-binding United Nations related to sustainable development. Okay, yes, this Agenda 21 also worked on what? It worked on sustainable development. It was an outcome of United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which was held in Brazil 1992. So just now we saw the Brazil 1992. Okay, then we had Johannesburg. So now what is this Agenda 21? It is nothing but a 350-page document which is divided into 40 chapters. Okay, the number 21 refers to 21st century. The aim is what? The aim is global development, sustainable development. Obviously, to take the action to be taken globally, not only at national level, globally, nationally and locally. So it is for all the levels, and in which the humans directly affect the environment. Every area where the humans directly affect the environment. And for the implementation of these points, Commission on Sustainable Development was also established in December 1992. Talking about forest principles, this is again a legally comment which had several recommendations for the conservation and sustainable development of all the forest. All the nations take part in the world through planting and conserving forest. Now this particular Earth Summit, okay, resulted into 3 documents. One with the Brazil, one is the Agenda 21, and one is the forest principles. So on an average, when we talk about the Earth Summit, the general Earth Summit, it was basically it has taken into consideration the 3 documents, that is Rio de Janeiro, that is +10 and +20 right now, which studied Agenda 21 and the forest principles. Okay, this you have to keep in mind very well. Now let's understand United Nations Conference on Human Environment. So the one which was formed in the year 1972, which is also called as the Stockholm Conference. Now under this, what is there? Let's see. So this is an international conference which is convened under United Nations, which was held in Sweden. That is from 5th of June to 16th, celebrated as the World Environment Day on every 5th of June. And it was the United Nations first major conference on international environmental issues, and marked as one of the turning point of international environmental politics. So yes, it can come in statement question or assertion reasoning question. You should be very well aware about this. The meeting agreed upon a declaration containing 26 principles concerning with environment and development, with 109 recommendations. Okay, now the United Nations program, okay, which was founded in June 17, 1972, as the result of the conference of as a result of the conference on human environment. The headquarters were in Kenya. Now this is very important point, third point. It played a significant role in analyzing the global environmental problems. So the main intention was what? The main intention was basically to understand the global problems related to environment and conventions, and promoting the environmental science and information. So in short, it was basically formed to answer the environmental problems. The World Meteorological Organization and United Nations Environment Program established the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is IPCC, in 1988, which was formed in the year 1988. Okay, coming next is your continuation part of United Nations Environmental Programs. What are the main related activities? Now see, from here you will definitely get a question, that is, it is related to climate change, disasters, conflict, ecosystem management, environmental governance, or environment under review. So these are the main areas, thematics, broad areas which are worked on. And yes, there are several implementing agencies for global environment. It has registered under several successive, such as one such was in the Montreal Protocol, that is 1987, and another was in the Minamata Convention, that is in 2012. So it has registered success. The success in the form of what? Success in the form of Montreal Protocol and success in the form of Minamata Convention. That falls under what? United Nations Environmental Program. So this has two achievements, as I said, in the form of Minamata Convention and the Montreal Protocol. Okay. Now, coming to Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is IPCC. We studied over here about IPCC, that the IPCC has the Meteorological Organization has established Intergovernmental Panel on IPCC. And what is this IPCC? That is Panel on Climate Change. So under this panel, let's see how it is formed, what are its role, what exactly does it do. So it was created in 1988 by the World Meteorological Organization and United National Environmental Program, that is UNEP. The objective of this was to provide, government at all levels with scientific information which will help them to create climate policies, or which will help the government to create or develop the climate policies. The reports is, it is a key input basically into the change negotiation. The IPCC is an organization which has, members of United Nations and World Meteorological Organization, that is WMO. So there are currently 195 members. Now let's see what is the role, what is the working. So it has an open and transparent view by the experts and governments with respect to what? With respect to the climate change. Assessment is done. Strength, what is the strength with reference to the climate? What are the areas, which needs further research? All the IPCC does not conduct its own research, but really works on this research with respect to what? With respect to climate change, with respect to assessing the impact of the climate. So you have a topic called as environmental impact assessment. We are going to do that later, but yes, it plays an important role in that particular part, that is the important role which is played by IPCC. Now, International Environment Education Program. Now see, now here we have a separate program which is basically giving, practical guidance. So this came into existence in 1975 for 2 decades, that is UNESCO and UNEP, which laid, practical guidance on how to mobilize education for environmental awareness. So basically environmental awareness, which was, considered as the major thing. People should be, very much clearly aware about this environment's problem, and that's the reason this program was built in as one of the awareness. So they wanted, they launched Environmental Newsletter Connect as official organ for the UNESCO International Environmental Education Program. Now, until 2007, it has served as a clearinghouse to exchange the information with respect to aims and activities, and then which is taking ahead the interest or active mode in environmental education. So this is basically formed to create an awareness of environment with the medium of education, that is International Environmental Education Program. Now Commission, the Bernland Commission, formerly the World Commission on Environment and Development, was a sub-organization. Okay, the aim was to help the nations with achieving the sustainable development, which is also, this commission was also known as World Commission on Environment and Development, that is WCED. You should know this full forms very well. You should know to answer the question very well, which operated from 1984 to 87. And the sustainable development, which is basically the World Commission on Environment's report as our common feature. So this was one important point which was undertaken under World Commission on Environment and Development. Now, talking about National Action Plan on Climate Change, very important topic for the examination. Now, what is this important? See, where questions has came from this topic. First of all, yes, it was started on 30th June 2008 with a mission on climate change. Okay, basically the objective was to promote climate change, adaptation, mitigation, trying out to resolve the ways, and making sure that there is an efficiency and natural resource conservation. So now this year Prime Minister Council on Climate Change is in charge of National Action Plan. So the question in previous year question paper was who is the in charge. So Prime Minister Council is in charge, and these are the 8 commissions. Now see, on this 8 commissions, earlier the questions were about the commissions, but now the questions are from the interior part. Okay, like for example, these are the commissions, these are the 8 missions which are odd man out. What is their dates, what are they approved for, what is their what exactly that is about. So solar mission, which was launched on Jan 2010 for use of solar power. Enhanced energy efficiency, which was approved in 2009. Sustainable habitat in 2012. Water mission, it's a continuous a target. Himalayan sustaining ecosystem, that is in 2014. Green India, that is in 2014 again. Sustainable agriculture was in 2010, and strategic knowledge for climate change, that is 2017. So you should know them. The missions also, odd man out also comes, you have to identify which is not a mission or which is a mission, as well as their years. So this is very important that you need to remember these topics well. Okay, coming to National Solar Mission, which is an initiative, solar mission by government and state government to promote solar power, okay, which was inaugurated as Jawaharlal Nehru's National Solar Mission by the Prime Minister then, that is Manmohan Singh, in 2010, and it had the policies of deployment, that is 100 megawatts of solar power by 2022. What is the target? That is 20,000 megawatts by 2021-22 to 1 lakh megawatts. So this is the target, and this target has to be satisfied, and they are working for this. Okay, coming to the initiatives. Okay, we are talking about what? We are talking about the initiatives with respect to what? With respect to energy, that is National Mission on Energy Efficiency, with respect to performing and achieve the trade scheme. Market transformation, it talks about energy efficiency and framework for efficiency economic development. So that is PAT. I have written acronyms also over here. So PAT is basically for cost effective improvements. Energy efficiency, that is MTEs, is to accelerate the shift of energy appliances. Efficiency financing platform, that is installation of investments in energy efficiency projects, that is institutions which are investing. And energy efficient economic development, that is to ensure that they are having mitigation strategies very well, the strategies in order to solve the problem, to come up with the problem with reference to the guarantee, with reference to the venture capital, and with reference to the awards. Okay, so this is basically what is the detailed initiative which is started by energy efficiency in energy intensive industries. So this is very, very important. Okay, now what are the 5 identified goals of the mission? So goals, yes, here we are talking about what? Comprehensive water data, promotion of a citizen, focused attention to the vulnerable areas, increasing water efficiency by 20%, promotion of basin level integrated water. So here the identification of what? The water mission. So these are the goals which are definitely observed and has to be followed with respect to national mission on water. Okay, water mission. Coming to framework of Convention on Climate Change, that is UNFCCC. So one outcome is Rio, which is non-legally binding. It does not have any mandatory limits for the gases, but yes, it is contained by enforcement, and it is legally binding. So objectives are here, greenhouse concentration, basically, which was adopted in 1992 as a part of Earth Summit, and has sufficient number of countries which has ratified it, legally accepted it. Okay. Now, talking with intended nationally determined contributions. Okay, these contributions were definitely, they were during the Warsaw Summit, which was, which intended to take a global agreement. They are reviewed every 5 years. Now this was a type of MCQ question, so you have to be really very alert for this. It was submitted on the on 2nd of October, that is a day event of Gandhi Jayanti, with a GDP by 33 to 35%, which was, to be targeted by 2030, and electricity to 40% by 2030. This also 2 questions were the part of your question papers. The target was also asked. And yes, it installs 175 gigawatts of solar energy and biomass electricity by 2022, which is a target. Okay, so this also regularly questions were asked for this particular topic. Convention on Biological Diversity, that is a multilateral trade diversity with 3 goals, that is sustainable use of components, fair and equitable sharing of benefits from the genetic resources. So the goal is conservation of biological diversity, sustainable use, and fair and equal treatment. Now this convention was, open for signature on 5th of June 1992, that is considered as an Environmental Day, and it came into force on 29th of December 1993. That is the first time in international law based on conservation of biodiversity, that is concern for humankind. Okay, mankind. So these has, as I said, Convention on Biological Diversity has 3 goals: conservation of biodiversity, sustainable use, fair and equitable benefits. See, this is repeated again and again, so you should be ensured that these points are done very well. Okay, talking about Human Development Report Index, which is published, by Human Development Report Office. It talks about, the generation, that attention to the generation as well as the policy makers about the awareness of human development. 2021 was the 31st anniversary. 22 and 23 I will be updating when I take MCQs, and the theme for 2021 was Uncertain Times, Unsettled Lives, that is shaping the future in world of transformation. So basic objective is to create enabling environment for people for a long and healthy life, equitability, sustainability and productivity, and India ranked 131. But as I said, 2022 data is not updated because I will frame questions in that for your MCQs. So you should be able to aware in 2021 and 2022 what were the differences, the aims, the targets. Coming to International Solar Alliance, yes, here also you have a question. How many countries? 124 countries, which was initiated on 30th November 2015. Basically, it was an alliance between India and France, okay, leading to European nations with reference to agreement for International Solar Alliance to set the rules, norms and standard for solar energy to ensure that the pool of resources are used in order to finance the solar projects. So the ambitious target is 450 gigawatts, which is to be achieved by 2030, and 175 gigawatts by 2022. Okay, this was a target which was set for them. Okay, yes, so this is how what we have done today, the conventions and the protocols. There are still more to be done. Example wise in the questions also we will be seeing them all. Let's see how we can go further with this preparation. Anyone who is looking for paper 2 study material, please have a look. For all the subjects we provide MCQs and notes. The fees is rupees 1600, but right now we have a 20% off, so fees is 1280. You can please get in touch with this contact number in order to get a copy for yourself and start preparing yourself for the examination. Okay, that's all for the day. Tomorrow we'll meet again with a new topic, new sets of with the questions from this syllabus also, from this unit also. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a good day.